Hey everybody, this is Theokinawakid'S here, and I'm gonna talk to you about the newest episode of Helluva Boss, Lululand, episode 2. So this this episode is pretty interesting because it's more or less like the aftermath of the pilot, more or less, where excuse me, it showcases Stolas and his wife basically more or less their marriage is falling apart because Stolas' wife uh, actually found out through Blitz himself that they're having an affair behind her back, and the whole thing pretty much was uh, building up from the pilot in the first episode. So, but before that, we get to see more of Octavia, Stoltz's daughter, more specifically when she was around 5 or 6 years old, like a little kid. Basically, she having a nightmare. Stolas being the good parent that he is. He pretty much walks in and is like, "Hey, what's wrong?" And she was scared that she had a nightmare about uh, not able to find her father, and then in order to actually tuck her in the bed, dissuade her from her nightmares, he sings a pretty banging and very sweet and very touching song about legacy and his own mortality and the fact that everything's gonna be all right. Comforting his daughter, and it's kind of like a very sweet, like a really banging, sweet, and touching song that kind of reveals a lot about Stolas' character because while comforting Octavia, he more or less hints at that he doesn't really have much time left, almost implying that he's actually dying, more or less. He's literally on his deathbed. Like, he's on the dying years of his life, the last legs of his life, and more or less, it reveals a little bit more context to his situation. So we cut to the present. Octavia is now like a bitter goth teenager now. So literally, she's trying to actually avoid all the messed up things and her parents' messy divorce. Yeah, let's just face it, messy divorce. And his wife, Stoles' wife, I think she was more upset that she was fine with the affair probably if it were like a other noble or another higher demon, but the fact that Stoles more or less fucked an imp, the lowest class of demon there is in hell, and Bliss no less. Yeah, literally, she just had it. So more or less, in order to actually get away from it all and get away from all the fucked up things about his marriage, Stolas pretty much had the idea of hey, well, how about me, and you? Like he was talking to Octavia, he was planning to go to take Octavia to her favorite childhood uh, hangout, Lululand, which is ironically enough like a ripoff of a more popular um, of the more popular Lulu World, which is obviously a pastiche of Disney and shit. That's owned by Lucifer, but Lululand is owned by the demon Mammon, who you may know as the Prince of Hell of Greed of the Seven Deadly Princes of Hell from demonology. So with that being said, there's that. But yeah, literally, he calls up Blitz and he's like, "Hey, Blitzy, what's up? Listen, I'm gonna take my daughter to the local Lululand theme park, and I was wondering if you can provide some security for us, please." And of course, he does it in the most suggestive way possible, right in front of his daughter. So yeah, which again, Blitz and Octavia are both disgusted at. So with that being said, there's a whole other thing of Blitz is like, "Hey, we're assassins. Uh, don't call me about actual biker stuff or any kind of weird depraved thing you were thinking about because I'm not doing it." It's like, "I'll pay you." It's like, "Fine, I'll do it." So with that being said, Blitz, Minnie, and Millie, and Moxie are assigned to more or less be Stoltz's bodyguard for the day and more or less And of course, I went to Lululand, much to Octavia's disdain. It's like, I'm way too old for this. I'm like 18. I don't need to go to this place anymore. So literally, Octavia's having the worst time, and like Stolas being the like the well-meaning but aloof dad that he is kind of oblivious to that fact at this point. So literally, like Blitz is like, oh god, I can't believe I'm back in this place because it turns out that he used to work there as a clown, and a not really good clown either. He's like the worst clown they ever had, uh, which is actually kind of funny. So while all this is happening, Millie and Moxie are also like Millie is like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm back in this place. This is awesome. I have been this since I was a kid. And like Moxie, he more or less like, I never really been here, mainly because this place always freaked me the heck out. So I love the fact that like it has some cute moments with Millie and Moxie as they're trying to actually have some fun while Blitz is off protecting Stolas and Octavia at the theme park. And also there's a little side episode, like a little side plot with like both Millie and Moxie trying to actually have some fun and get to know each other a little bit more as Millie shares some parts of her childhood, spending time in Lululand with her parents. And of course, Moxie's trying to win her a prize in a carnival game that's hella rigged. Yeah, this is hell, and this is a carnival in hell, so of course everything's rigged. So, with that being said, yeah, it didn't turn out so well for them. In any case, back to the A plot. Stolas and Octavia go to the local circus booth, where not gonna lie, there's this one clown, I forget his name, Fizzy something, who's basically the main clown and sort of like the mascot of this theme park, who let's just say has a prior relationship with Blitz in a very toxic and suggestive manner. Yeah, it's that kind of relationship. Also, he's voiced by the same guy who voices Beetlejuice from both the plays and the Beetlejuice who that appeared in Teen Titans Go. So you got Richard Horvitz from Billy and Mandy and Invader Zim voicing a character as well as Beetlejuice. Man, this show keeps getting better and better. So with that being said, and then it goes to the whole thing where Octavia rushes out. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I want to be here in this. I don't want to be here. I'm sick and tired of all this. And she runs off in a huff. Stoles is trying to comfort her and is like, wait, come back. And of course, all this is happening while assassins are keep trying to kill him. Because, they're royalty. And of course, all the demons are like trying to kill them off. While in the theme park on the open, broad daylight. So with that being said, like Blitz confronts the robot clown of Mammon, who more or less like they get into like a whole beef about how Blitz was the worst clown they ever had, and how he was pathetic and how he was a joke amongst his fellow peers in the circus, and like Blitz went all freaking ape shit and more or less guns him down, inadvertently causing the whole circus to burn down around them. And basically, the last few scenes showcases Stolas' whole emotional growth as a character, as he comforts his daughter Octavia, who is really much reeling from the fact that like his dad might be dying, and her parents are getting like a messy divorce. So like Stolas is trying to comfort her the best way he can, all the while never really having the words for it. And it's a very sweet moment where they kind of reconcile and it's like, hey, I'm sorry I have to take you to this place. I know this is not the best thing for me to do to just take you to a place that you're too old for now. So let me just take you back home. So they're walking off and they're basically going back to the car and all that. But not before a demon tries to cap their asses. But, Stolas being the uber demon that he is, just petrifies him with a glare. So, never mess with an archdemon. So, with that being said, the episode ends where, like, Stolas and his daughter basically reconciling their differences, and they're in a better place emotionally. So, there's that. All the while, Millie and Moxie and Blitz are like, holy crap, did you just burn down Lululand? And to which Blitz replies, yep, fucking hate this place. I hope it burns down to the ground. So that's basically episode 2 of Helluva Boss, which I had to admit is a great episode. It's very much a interesting one. I'm glad the series is on YouTube. That's a web series that it has regularly scheduled episodes, because the last episode premiered on Halloween, like the first episode of the series. So I'm glad that it's like I hope it has episodes like once every other month, like once, yeah. So like, yeah, I hope this is a regular thing, and hope like it keeps moving forward with this great animation and great storylines, and this show. I hope this show keeps running. So that's Helluva Boss episode 2, Lululand, and yeah, this has been Okinawa Kid signing off.